Ah, yes, the last lines. Oh yes, this is coming together quite nicely. Right, that should be it. And now to zoom out. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, I'm pretty proud of myself. Well, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. This took me a very long time. I started it last year. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wish that was what happened. So, this footage I have is all the way back from December of 2018, and the funny thing about it as well is I believe I did start drawing this on Christmas Day. I started drawing this on Christmas Day, and I was like, this is a good way to spend my time. Following that Christmas, every few days I was working on it up until January. I was pretty determined to get it done, and it was taking its sweet time. This is about 10 hours of work I've got recorded, and I thought this was a brilliant idea. Drawing in Microsoft Paint with a mouse, a detailed picture of Santa Claus, a realistic Santa Claus. What was I thinking? I don't know. I was like, this is going to be the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. Definitely was not the greatest thing I've ever done in life. It requires so much work. I don't know how people do it. And I made this picture very small because the brushes in Microsoft Paint are very small. So I didn't want to spend the rest of my life trying to colour one thing. So I made it as small as I could. The drawing process was here and there. I started with a painterly sketch, and I'm not the best artist. So I definitely got a lot wrong, and because I wasn't working in layers, well, it's Microsoft Paint, I have no choice. I was constantly moving things around trying to fix it, and my colours were off. I had to redo them and use paint bucket and all that nonsense. I think I zoomed in way too much, way too soon on this picture. Definitely if I did it again, I would have had a completely different approach. Especially because it's paint, and I wouldn't have much of a choice but to approach it differently and more efficiently, like getting all the big important details down and refining them as much as possible before I go into even more detail. I should have done that from the start, but I was not as smart back then as I am now regarding my art knowledge. So, after all of this, you really do have to ask yourself, was it worth it to spend that 10 hours painting a realistic Santa Claus in Microsoft Paint? And I have to say that probably not. It really is just copying a photograph, and it's not that impressive when you think about it. If you can copy basic lines from an image, you can definitely do something like this. It's just a matter of getting it accurate, I guess, and really just understanding angles and emphasizing on them a lot. Angles and lines and fractions, I guess. It's really just calculations and guessing. If you can get good at that, you can copy anything you want. So yeah, that was me shading every single realistic Santa Claus picture. If someone was drawing from their memory, then I'd be like, oh wow, that's impressive. But yeah, it's not. They're not doing that. They're copying from a photograph, and I was doing the same thing. But yeah, I guess I can be criticized for not finishing this. But I don't care anymore. I want to move on to bigger and better things. Maybe one day I will be able to draw a real Santa and it will be brilliant. But today is not that day, and neither was Christmas of last year. Next year, maybe? I don't know. It's just one of those things that I've left for so long. I feel that if I come back to it, I'll have to change so much to get it to look better and more accurate. I'm just not down for that. I'd rather start over. I've got the photograph, which is, the image I used to pretend that I'm actually made something impressive. And that's the photograph that I was copying from. At the time, when I was looking for pictures of Santa Claus, I was like, wow, these pictures are extremely creepy. And this is the only one that looked really sweet and wholesome. Or maybe it was just me just turning these Santa Claus into creepy old men. Oh, right. So, yeah, I disappointed myself. I disappointed my parents. I disappointed my viewers who came to this stream. I'm not working on this anymore. I'm gonna do something better one day. One day I will be impressive. One day I'll actually have something I'm proud of. And hopefully it's not a Santa Claus drawing. Hopefully it's something more interesting than that. But that is my realistic Santa Claus. That is unfinished and will stay unfinished because I'm tired of this. It's not even Christmas. I don't know why I'm posting it now, but I just don't want the footage on my computer anymore. It needs to go. I need space on my computer. But thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your precious time watching my silly videos. And farewell.